And get ready for the weekend in a couple of days because we are halfway through the work week. And again, not too bad of a forecast considering we all know where we could be for this time of year.
Oh, that's exactly right. So you see that beautiful morning glow over Tehachapi. Yesterday you had some cloud cover still trapped over the valley and it was slow to break apart, almost looking and acting like fog at times. Now as that has dissipated, you're actually cooler this morning because clouds act like a blanket, right? And they just nestle you in and keep you warm. So now you feel cooler this morning, but you'll be warmer this afternoon. We're not talking about warm like these long stretches of 100s that we had last week. We typically have long stretches of hundreds in July and August. We don't typically have 70s. And of course, that storm itself, Hillary, so historic as it hit California so hard over the weekend, giving us our coolest day that we've seen in months and the most rain we've ever seen in August on that date for the 20th. And then the last 2 days, we were very slow to dry out that humidity in the air, and we stayed in the 80s with fresh ocean air still coming up from the south. It didn't feel fresh because 80s with humidity is uncomfortable for Californians. We like a dry heat around here, but we continue to dry out day by day as that system is long gone. We're watching the remnants of what was Tropical Storm Harold yesterday, now moving into the desert southwest. I was hopeful that in the coming days it could push toward California, but it looks to fall apart by the time it gets to Phoenix. So I'll keep our extended forecast dry and calm and quiet with 70s right now as you're getting up and getting your day started. There's that cool and clear 54 in Tehachapi. But again, we're all warming up because you're a little bit cooler without the clouds today. But see how Bakersfield already has that warming trend, Ridgecrest as well. We're going to keep that going. The nice thing is average for this time of year is 96. Instead today we're at 93. So below average for another day in August. Yes, please, and thank you. Low 90s for the rest of the valley and the Kern River Valley as well. You see Isabella is at 91, Weldon, Kernville, Woodford Heights at 90, Alta Sierra at 70 with low 80s in Tehachapi and Fraser Park. Into our desert communities, plenty of low to mid 90s for you today. Now, with that high pressure out over Texas and Oklahoma, it's going to wrap some of that leftover Harold moisture around itself, but just keep it in the desert. And then watch this system here. It looks beautiful and impressive, very tightly wound. It has some rain, has some cool air at its core, but all it does for us is create a southwesterly flow. That means that temperatures are going to climb to these low 90s and then just kind of sit there for several days. Neither of these systems greatly impacting us. So southwesterly flow means air quality shouldn't get too stagnant and those 100s shouldn't come back. And that's why your 5-day forecast looks like this with those low to mid 90s today into tomorrow and then sticking in the low 90s for the weekend and early next week. A similar story for our friends in Isabella. You see 90s there on the bottom across the board. Back up to the top, Tehachapi, Fraser Park, some 80s for you with sunshine, overnight lows in the 50s and a fresh breeze. Nice, a treat really for August. We'll be right back.